Welcome to episode 532 of the Pittsburgh Bear Podcast. I'm Sean.
And I'm Ian, and this is the only podcast that says we have all the groupies. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I was listening to a bunch of 80s music today.
Wow. No, I was going to say, do you want to get nuts?
Let's get
nuts. So how are you?
good. Just
Yeah.
listened to a bunch of 80s music today.
Yeah. I'll do it.
Where are the groupies at now?
I believe here's the odd thing. That's like that funny thing. It's like, again, like how band culture has changed over the years.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you look back at like, the dirty days of Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
You know, but then like the antics of like Motley Crue and Poison and bands like that and in the 80s and like all of a sudden like you get to the 90s and again like it was like the party ended.
Yeah.
Like it was like grunge came on and it was like party's over.
Groupie's a groupie. It'll never leave them.
I'm sure, but like I feel like bands like that and like I feel like modern bands today, for the most part, probably the boy bands probably still have teenage girls throwing their bras at them and shit.
Oh, yeah.
But like for the most part, like modern music is like the age of the groupies probably over for the most part. Like they don't. Like it seems like you don't hear about like bands like just like drinking and partying out. It's like it's all like getting on social media, being on your phone, playing on your game console or whatever. Like that's what the after party is after a concert. It's not get drunk, get laid.
Right.
They're
probably sitting at home watching a Poison video, pulling up their shirt.
Yeah. Well, that's what I think about. Like I think about like when you do have like those old bands like Guns N' Roses was just in town last week.
Groupies there.
I'm sure. They were probably in their 50s.
You can bury that shit, but it'll always be there.
Yeah, I'm sure there were plenty of mature women ready to
slut's a slut, bro.
Take a ride down the road with Axl and Slash.
Right.
And God bless them for that. But
that's funny.
But yeah, like you're right. Like that's like the thing you don't really hear about anymore is like the groupie. Like that's a thing.
I guess that's not PC to say slut.
Well, yeah, I'm sure it's not. I'm sure. But I mean, like you were just trying to party and sleep with the band.
Yeah,
that was the point of it. Like I mean, you could. I know it was glorified a little bit what was the movie?
Dirt?
No.
Almost Famous?
Almost Famous, yeah. Like, they tried to glorify it a little bit. But
come on, glorifying being a group. Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess they did.
They it was more than just the sex. It was they were there for companionship and whatever else that
what a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah. You were there to party with the band and get laid.
Yeah, exactly. It is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, there were those two groupies in the 70s. Like, their whole gig, too, was like, they were taking casts of your dick.
Yeah.
Like, they've got an entire collection of, like, rock and roll genitalia. Like, that's a museum that, needs to be looked into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that ever leaves for women and men.
Yeah.
When I say sluts, men and women, you know what I mean? I don't think that ever leaves your soul.
No.
I think it's always there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like a weird time too, like I can't imagine like being a young person and dating and everything that's involved with it. Like, it feels like it's such a minefield. Like, I'm just talking from a PC standpoint. I'm like talking like, you know, like the whole kit and caboodle. Like, you know, it seems like it's like such a
fiasco.
Like an even bigger hassle than it was when I was young.
Right.
You know, and when I was young, you know, it wasn't that big of a hassle, but it was still a fucking hassle.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, imagine when you're older.
I can't even imagine. I can't. Like, I won't even try. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm it feels like...
You gotta bring that inner slut out of you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like... It's just that thing of, like, you know... I wouldn't date anybody younger than me. Like, or too much younger than me. Like, if you're in your 20s, like, I can't even imagine... You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Because, like, you want to do things, you want to go out still, and I'm just like, you know what?
It's 9 o'clock.
Yeah, that's binge watch Knight Rider on Netflix, you know.
Yeah, but some people, well, that's not all people. I mean, people stay up late. And
yeah. But
night owls and stuff.
Yeah, but I'm just, like, saying, like, it's just that odd thing of, it seems like like a young person would just be like real just exhausting, and like an older person, like let's go between the age, like I'm 50, so we're the age range between 40 and 60. Okay, like that person's not trying to go out and Yahoo at night or something, but like those are the people who, like, you know, I want to travel. I want to see things. And I'm like, I am not. You know?
Well, some people are into that.
Some people are. I mean, I think a lot of people are. Like, it seems like that way. It's like, you know, everybody wants to see the world. And it's like, you know, yeah, I'm bizarre. You know? I've been within a few states. I'm good. You know?
Yeah.
So,
I think a lot of people just, I don't know.
It's that whole
At
thing
that age,
of like
when you're younger, it's all about, you know, doing stuff, partying.
Everybody has
going
this
to
thing
shows.
of life is an adventure, and you should live it. And
Not in you.
no, not at all. Like, I won't even use, like, my weight as a cop-out. Like, I've never wanted to travel.
I know you haven't.
Like, you know what I mean? Like just the thought of it is just, like, exhausting to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's not like, oh, I'm a fat fuck. That's why I don't want to travel. I really don't. Like,
it's just not in your person.
No. At all. And, like, the few times I have, it's just been, you know, I got nothing out of this.
Right.
You know? Like, I mean, a couple years ago, Nancy went to an all-inclusive in Mexico.
Yeah.
Invited me to go. And I said, yeah, no.
Yeah, it's not up my alley.
Yeah, I'll be bored, stiff. People will be pissed at me because I, like, you know.
I wouldn't go to Mexico if you paid.
No, I mean, neither would I. Like when she told me, like, the stories, like the day we left the compound and, like, we're in town, I'm like, what the fuck were you thinking?
But the whole thing is, why would you go to an all-inclusive place in Mexico and not see anything? What I'm saying is, like, you can do that in fucking Florida.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Similar waters. I mean, you can do
Right.
that off the coast of Texas. I mean, like,
Yeah.
it just doesn't make any all-inclusive doesn't make any sense to me unless you're going to see something. It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, you can do that in state,
Right.
and just be perfectly fine.
Well, like, I know, like,
Why pay that money?
friends of the show, Neil and Annalise from Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks podcast.
Yeah.
Like, they once a year go to an all-inclusive in Jamaica. And I mean, they do there are things that they do that they do leave the compound, like they go on this beer journey, like where somebody in a pedal cart or something drives them around the certain bars in the area. I'm like, that is not for me. I mean, God bless them. I'm glad you could do it. I'm glad you enjoy it. But, man, it is not for me.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it... I guess it's age dependent on what you do.
Yeah.
Thinking about it. You know what I mean?
Because, I mean, there is, like when Nancy went to that all-inclusive in Mexico, like, she went, like, they went into town, she visited shops, got authentic Mexican food, like, that was the part of the adventure.
I see.
Now, to me, that's just rolling way too many dice.
Dysentery.
Yeah, like, I mean, there's like
eating rats.
Yeah, like being picked up by a cartel.
Yeah, that
being forced to be a mule. Like there's a lot of things there that like Yeah. I've seen too many Lifetime movies where that went the wrong way. So.
Yeah, I think I'd travel a little bit. Probably Europe. If I was going to do it. If I was going to travel, I'd go to Europe. I wouldn't go to fucking Mexico.
Yeah.
You're going to waste all that money, going to Mexico and all-inclusive. Why don't you just take a flight to Europe? It's probably cheaper.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But, like, I mean...
But that's... we're talking about, like... People that do that are usually, like, couples that have been... Or married. That, in their 40s. We're talking about dating. You know what I mean? I don't think I'd go somewhere with someone to Europe on, the fifth date or something.
No, but also...
You know what I mean?
That whole thing of, like... Let's go on a hike. I've never gotten hiking. I've gone hiking.
Right.
It was that thing of like, okay, and the point of this at the end of it is what?
As a groupie would say. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. like a group of us, like oh, this is so beautiful, and we're with nature, and look at the view. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. So... Like, I've learned, like, shit like that is just not for me.
Right.
Like, I am very much, like, the digital age that we live in now is, like, a blessing to me because it's, like, I can finally do the thing I want to do, which is just indulge in media.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I love. Like, I can't wait. I've got days off coming up, and I can't wait. I'm like trying to put together, like, well, what do you want to watch?
All right.
Like, you've got all this time. Like, let's put together some stuff that we want to watch during this time. And, it's like, any other person would be like, well, I've got X amount of days off. I'm going to take a day, and I'm going to go to the Laurel Mountains, and I'm going to hike such, like, fuck that. Yeah. I have no desire. Like, I got some friends. We're going to go out on a boat and we're going to, like, no. I don't want to be anywhere near the Monongahela River like that.
Right. I don't want to kayak them on.
I don't want to, I don't want to be that close
to that.
Come up
without a fucking paddle.
Yeah. Ugh. Like, it's like things that people do. Like, and I've thought about it. Like, you watch, like, commercials or you watch, like, a TV show and, like, and people are getting together, and like, I think I'm so out of touch with humanity where I'm just like, what are they doing?
Right.
Like, why do people sit around a fire?
I like that.
I've done it, and it's like, oh, you're having conversation with these people. I'm like, I'd much rather be in front of the TV.
I hear you.
All
right, so let's recap.
Yeah.
Don't be a groupie.
Or be a groupie. Like,
be a groupie.
Yeah, like I have no problem with if you're a groupie, by all means, salute.
Don't be a slut. Sorry. Or be a slut.
Yeah.
Male or female.
Yeah.
What else? Don't go to Mexico.
Don't go to Mexico. I'm disconnected from what the human experience is.
You are.
Yeah.
All right, then that's it. That's the podcast.
There we go. And on that note...
on that note,
yeah,
the slut has awakened.
Yeah. Oh! So... Fuck, that was
deep.
That was very weird.
It's just a conversation.
Yeah.
I want to run.
So
in front of the TV with the
yeah, lifting my shirt up.
Yeah.
And my man boobs. So I watched
anyway.
Yeah. So I watched The Flash today.
How was that?
It's on Max. It was good.
How was Keaton?
Oh, Keaton's fantastic.
I'll watch it today.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean Keaton's fantastic. Yeah, if you pull anything from it, it's that Keaton. Keaton's still Keaton. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the weird thing of like, I get the story that they told. I get the directions that it went in.
Yeah.
I get the choices that they made. And I get, like, if you look at what their source material was, how you can't completely replicate that because, man, that would have been difficult.
Yeah.
But I do wish, as much as I enjoyed Keaton, I do wish they had gotten the guy from The Walking Dead.
Danny. Yeah.
Negan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember his name.
I'll remember here in a second.
Yeah, I keep wanting to say Henry Dean Stanton. I know that's completely wrong.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan, yeah. I wish I would have gotten him to play the Flashpoint Batman.
Yeah. That'd be good.
Like, it would have. Like, it really would have.
Yeah.
Like, but I get, like, I get how they defined, like, time travel and how it works, how the multiverse works as compared to what Marvel says.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was like, oh, wow, that makes a lot of sense. And, you know, like there were little things here and there, like, I kind of wish that, you know, were different, but overall I had no problem with it.
Right.
And, it just, the only thing that really comes out of it for me is I'm sad that Affleck will never play Batman again.
Yeah.
Because I really feel like he was getting a hold of the character.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, he really kind of had... Like, there are some moments in this where I'm like, man, we're missing out. You know?
Yeah.
But overall, I'll go that, like, if you don't like the Zack Snyder DC movies, you're not gonna like this movie. Okay. Like, I'm not gonna waste people's time. And if you didn't like Justice League, if you didn't like Zack Snyder's Justice League, if you didn't like Batman v Superman, if you didn't like Man of Steel, if you didn't like Wonder Woman, like, you're not going to get as much enjoyment out of this as I did.
Okay.
But at the same time, like, it was, like, I enjoyed it. Like, that's the thing I can say. Like, I enjoyed it. Was it great? No, it wasn't. Ezra Miller's very good as the Flash.
Mm-hmm.
This version of the Flash. I thought that, you know, I really liked the way they did Supergirl. I like the way that kind of played out. Like, there's a lot of good things in there that I enjoyed. But I would say like if you didn't like those other movies, then I would say don't waste your time watching this. But since you did, like I would say give it a try because I think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah,
it's almost enough to make you forget that Ezra Miller's kind of a scumbag.
Yeah.
Almost. But
cool.
Yeah.
I joined a gym.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow. Good for you.
Yeah. It's time.
Have you met with a trainer?
Not yet. That's coming next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Was it a name gym?
Yeah, it's just Planet Fitness.
Plus Planet Fitness. Okay.
Yeah, it's cheap.
Yeah.
And they have all the machines.
Yeah.
I'm working such a weird schedule now that I think the times will be good.
Yeah.
At least till October.
Yeah.
And I got a job with the traveling company.
Yeah.
That starts October.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be fine.
That's good.
Yeah. Plus, wherever you're at, you can get to a Planet Fitness.
Yeah. Yeah, they're everywhere.
So.
Like spotted lantern flies.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I did that. Had a couple other things this week, and yeah, that's really it. The gym was the big thing, and well, sort of. What else? I started watching Ragnarok, the new season.
Yeah.
Because I like that show. It's a great show. I like it so far. I've only gotten like 3 episodes in. I'm kind of getting irritated with him because now that he's found... I understand the storyline.
Yeah.
The guy's like truly embracing his power. Now he's getting cocky.
Yeah.
Which is kind of irritating. To a certain point. And it's supposed to be. I understand the story. I understand the writing.
Right.
But, so I started that. I think that's it. I think that's all I watched. I think that's it.
Yeah.
I know, boring week, but I was working till like 3 a.m. So.
Yeah, other than The Flash, I really haven't watched much of anything. I'm
Except
caught up.
the football game.
Yeah.
The football game?
I bits and pieces of it. I was working during the game.
I'm glad we have the problems that we have as far as depth.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I'm not saying Super Bowl. I'm not one of those people.
No.
Ever. I had this argument at work. Like, you're crazy. We're going to Super Bowl. And I was like, you got to get by KC and Buffalo. You know what I mean?
And Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Like, I put them as an upper echelon team. In the AFC, they're the 3 big dogs.
They're not what everything's reporting on as far as, like, 4th seed. Like, not 4th seed, but last in the division.
Right.
You got to be fucking crazy if you think the Steelers are finishing last.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you right now. With our schedule...
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way we're finishing 4th. I mean, there's no way. I just don't see that happening.
I don't think Baltimore and Cleveland are that good. Like, I'm tired of hearing that. Like, it's like, oh, Baltimore, they're loaded and they've got Jackson and I'm like,
fuck Lamar Jackson.
Like, I feel like,
and I think that we can beat KC.
Tough. I think it's a tough. Yeah, I mean that's.
But
tough.
I think we can beat KC. But I'm not saying that we will. I'm just saying that it's a team we could beat. It all depends on how the defense forms. And everyone's like, "Oh, we're going to lose to San Francisco." I was like, I think we have a pretty good shot at beating San Francisco. If they can shut down McCaffrey.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not afraid of San Francisco.
No.
Like
but it would be a good win to start the season.
Oh yeah, it's that thing of like, you know, the Roethlisberger Super Bowls, both of them. They never had to play the Patriots.
Right.
You know, both times they went to the Super Bowl, like the Super Bowl 40, I don't think New England even made the playoffs that year.
Yeah.
And for Super Bowl 43, Baltimore knocked them out for us. Because I think we were the 2 seed, and New England was the 1 seed. And I think Baltimore went up to New England and beat them, and that's we played Baltimore in the AFC Championship game.
Right.
So, like, as much as you can say, like, well, they beat Peyton Manning, and they beat a really good Ravens team in two different runs. And even the third year they didn't have to play the Patriots either. Like, even though they lost in the Super Bowl, they still have to play the Patriots. Like, all 3 times they went to the Super Bowl, they never had to make that run. They had never had to beat that team. Yeah. And I feel like that's the thing. Like, can you beat Cincinnati? Sure. Can you beat Buffalo? Probably. Can you beat the Chiefs as well? Like, can you go through all 3? And I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, that's...
Yeah, I don't know. And I don't know if we could beat the Chiefs at their house.
No. That's the other thing. Like, it would have to be a situation where you were the higher seed. You'd have to have them come here.
Yeah, and do I think that we can beat the Chiefs here? I think we have more of a chance.
Yeah. But
you got to run the table.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, the AFC is so loaded from that standpoint of those 3 top teams.
Right.
That, like, man, how do you get through that gauntlet?
I know.
You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like, and I don't think Kenny Pickett's ready to do that. I don't think the offense is ready to take that step. But I can't see how they can't get into the playoffs and get to the second or maybe the AFC Championship game. Like I can see them, getting a win in the first round, maybe getting a win in the second round, and going to the AFC Championship game and losing. Like, that's just how dangerous I think they are.
Agreed.
But I also think like I'm not the one who's like sitting there saying, oh, they're going to win the division, they're going to get the number 1 seed, they're going to the Super Bowl.
No, I'm not saying that.
I don't think that at all. But I do think they can make a lot of noise. I think they could be a dangerous opponent that nobody wants to play.
Right.
They could be a 10-11 win team in the regular season, get in as a wild card, and make some noise once they're in.
Yeah, and I think my only after watching the preseason games, and I know we don't give a shit the preseason games, but
right.
At the same point, first teams are out. They're looking good, right?
Yeah,
they are. They're looking real good.
Yeah,
right. And you can say that from a player standpoint on what they're doing and the passion football they're playing. I mean, they're
right.
playing passionate football.
Right.
Even the first rounders. First team out is
right.
what I'm trying to say. But I got land-based at work today too. But I think our biggest weakness is running back. And they were like, oh, how can you say that? Najee still had 1,000 yards. Da, 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 da. I am just not sold on Najee Harris. I'm just not. I'm not saying Warren is better because I don't think Warren's not a bell cow. He's a third down back.
Yeah.
And Warren is supposed to get those yards on third down.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
right.
He's fast as fuck. I mean, I'll say that.
Yeah.
But he's not a bell cow.
Right.
I don't think that Najee Harris is a bell cow. I just don't. I'm just not sold. I think if James Conner had the line
Oh yeah.
I think he would still be here.
I do. But I think that's going to be the key here is like one of the big complaints is like, you know, when Najee puts his foot down and goes, he's tough to bring down.
Agreed.
But your biggest complaint has always been he hesitates putting that foot down. Well, I think part of that was the offensive line he was playing behind. I think the fact that he got 1,000 yards behind that offensive line last year is a miracle.
Yeah.
Like, so I feel like if this offensive line is as good as we think it is, he's going to be putting that foot down and going.
I hope to God he does.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like, you know, I know. I mean, again, this is one of Thad's favorite whipping boys. He loves, like, you know, Najee Harris is trash. Warren should be starting. Well, like, no, Warren shouldn't be starting.
No, I don't think Warren should be starting because I don't think Warren's a bell cow.
He's a change of pace back.
Correct.
You put him in for a series here, a series there, he's a third down guy, that type of thing.
Now, I'm just going to say this, but if you had Bell back there,
oh well,
we'd be unstoppable. I do. I really think that.
Yeah, I mean, if you have prime time Le'Veon Bell, yeah,
with this offense, and I'm telling you,
yeah.
But I'm not saying that we're going to have prime time again. But I said this too, which I got lambasted for. I was like, I've seen better running backs in the Pittsburgh backfield.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I have.
Yeah.
I mean, every time I see Najee Harris, I think of Amos Arroway. Every single fucking time. I do. The stutter step, the MC hammer, behind line.
Yeah.
And like you said, if the offensive line is good, if the holes are there, I'm cool with that. As long as he fucking puts his foot down and fucking hits the hole.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Don't try to be Le'Veon Bell. Because no one can. Right?
Right.
Just fucking hit the hole and fall forward.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I want. Do I want another Bettis? Nah. I mean, sure. I mean, Bettis was a fall forward back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He hit the line, grunted it out. Could Bettis carry it 90 yards? No. Without getting caught?
Yeah, no, he didn't have breakaway speed. I mean, he did break away a few runs, but like
for like 25, 30 yards.
No, he has a couple of 60, 70 yarders in his.
A couple.
Yeah, not many.
Right.
Like, I'm not saying, that happened all the time.
Yeah, there was an asthma treatment waiting in the end zone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's a fucking nebulizer.
Yeah.
We're just waiting on him.
Yeah.
Right. But what I'm saying is, like, I just don't think, I don't know. I think the Steelers are missing that key piece of an explosive back. And I think that if they got that explosive back, dude, I'm telling you, they would just fucking run the table. I'm serious. Because I just don't think Najee Harris is that explosive back. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I get proved wrong this season. But I just don't see that explosiveness from this back.
But the other side of that coin is there aren't that many out there anymore.
No, agreed.
You know what I mean? Like, there just aren't, like... I'll be honest. Like, I'm looking at the New York Jets, and I'm seeing them with a loaded running back room. And the thing that I would love to see the Steelers do, and again, that's like, oh, look at this in the Coon. I would find a way to trade for Izzy Abanikanda.
Okay.
He played for Pitt last year. He's a rookie. And I'm afraid he has looked very good in the Jets offense.
Uh-huh.
Like, the Jets are very high on him, but at the same time, they've got Bryce Young. They've got, they just brought in Delvin Cook. Like, that running back room is crowded. And I feel like he is the guy. Like, he was a monster at Pitt. Like, if you go back and you look at, Izzy, like, last year, he was the offense.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, when Pickett was there, there was a lot of, Kenny Pickett was the offense. The offense ran through Kenny Pickett. Last year, they didn't have a Kenny Pickett.
Right.
They had problems at quarterback. And when they won games, it's because Izzy Abanikanda had 200 yards rushing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that was what he did.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm not saying he's going to do that at the NFL level, but if you've looked what he's done in the preseason with the Jets, he has been very, very impressive, and people were very high on him. And if I could find a way to bring him to Pittsburgh,
yeah,
you know.
Bring him home.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
Let's get off of football.
Indeed. So, couple of deaths this week. One I just found out about. This kind of hurt a little. Arlene Sorkin passed away today. Arlene Sorkin was the original voice of Harley Quinn.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from the Batman the Animated Series cartoon.
Okay.
She was the original voice. She was the original inspiration for Harley Quinn.
Okay.
They said that, you know, they were inspired by the character. She was in Days of Our Lives, and there was like a dream sequence where she was in that costume.
Mm.
And they were just like, that's the perfect Joker's girlfriend. And then they called her and asked her to do the voice, and she said yes, and that's history, you know. So that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
But the other, Bray Wyatt, Wyndham Rotunda, he passed away. He was a wrestler. He was only 36.
Mm-hmm.
That was sad. I can't say I watched much of his stuff because he was a WWE guy.
Uh-huh.
But you know, what I saw, I mean, he was doing some fucked up, crazy shit, like character-wise.
Yeah.
But also, the great Terry Funk.
Yeah, I heard that.
Passed away. I actually saw Terry Funk wrestle in the 80s.
Yeah?
Yeah, he twice. I went to 2 different NWA shows, and the first time he wrestled Sting for the TV title, and that was part of the Great American Bash. And then the next time, like 2 months later, they came back, and he wrestled Flair for the world title. And that was the first time I saw a guy bleed.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I was like, holy shit, this is Pittsburgh, they're bleeding here? You know, that was crazy.
Yeah.
So, like, that was kind of like, but, like, you know, he did so much for, like, he went to ECW when they were nothing and made them something, and,
yeah,
like, he's one of the all-time greats. And Bob Barker died.
Who the fuck cares?
Well, here's the thing.
I don't care.
Like, I get that. Like, first of all, like, Bob Barker's part of our childhood.
Yeah.
But also, like, the funniest fucking thing, I felt horrible for laughing at this, but it was so fucking funny. Somebody posted, it's a tweet that said, leave it to Bob Barker to live to being almost 100 years old without going over.
Nice.
I was like, that's tremendous.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, still, it's kind of sad. Like, you know, I don't want to say it's sad when he was 99. I mean, the guy lived his life.
Yeah.
But it's like a thing of, like, just like, you know.
No, I guess that was kind of brutal what I said.
No, you weren't. I mean, I get it. Like, who gives a fuck about Bob Barker? But at the same time, like, he was, like, a very, like, if you stayed home from school, it was like, you know, saltines, ginger ale, and The Price is Right. We're all part of that day.
Yeah.
You know. So.
I don't know.
Nah, I get it.
I know. I just get fed up with the memorializations of people online, and it's just like, yeah, I mean, I understand, but I don't know. I'm just burned out on it.
Oh, I get it. Like, it's because it's rough. Because, like, for us, it's like our childhood's dying in a lot of ways.
If you watch The Price is Right.
Right, but not just. I'm not talking about Barker. I'm just talking like overall. Like, a lot of the people that are dying now are people that we watched the TV as kids.
Yeah, no, I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
I mean,
it's very. I know it's a cynical look on it, but I just don't care.
Right. No, I mean, Terry Funk was the same. I can't remember how old he was. I think he was in his 80s. You know, I get that. Like, I'm not gonna like.
Yeah.
I wasn't sad that Terry Funk passed, but at the same time, like there are some that do hit me harder than like Bob Barker. While I wasn't like sad, I was like, oh, Bob Barker died. Wow. But like there are others that like when they hit you, it's like, oh shit, that hurts.
Yeah, I mean, I can see
Eddie, Prince, and Bowie.
Yeah.
Like those three crushed me.
Yeah.
Like
I know.
Stan Lee.
I'm coming across the biggest asshole right now.
No, you're not. Because I get what you're saying.
I just don't care who dies.
Right. I get what you're saying. Because you're right. In a way, it's like, you know, like the world didn't mourn the passing of Aunt Joni.
Right.
But that we're sitting here mourning the loss of Bob Barker, which I mean, we're not. I'm just saying, like, you know.
Yeah, I've become very strange in my old age, but I
get it.
I just don't care.
Right.
I know. It's terrible. It's a terrible thing, but I don't know. It's just where I'm at.
I get that.
In a year from now, I might change that.
Right.
That motive, but right now I'm like hardcore. Fuck, I don't care.
Or when it's somebody who was important to you,
right?
Like, you know,
like Hetfield or something.
Yeah, like if somebody like that was to pass away suddenly, like you'd probably be like, yo,
that sucks.
Like, I mean, I remember how you felt when Robin Williams passed. You know what I mean? Like, that was a hard one for you.
It was, but my mindset now is different.
It's different. Yeah, I get that as well.
You know what I mean? Like, things change.
Yeah.
Especially getting older.
Yeah.
And I've learned that I don't know. I think I've learned in the past 5 years that 6 years, you know, I mean, my whole family's gone.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah.
I've learned the hard way that people just pass.
Yeah.
And you just got to deal with it and move on.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to sit there and call off work. You know what I mean?
Right. No, neither am I.
I just don't.
Yeah.
I mean, it is sad in a certain respect, but I just can't dwell on it.
Right.
I just can't.
I get that.
Those days are over.
Yeah.
Not dwelling on anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know. I'm like an asshole.
I don't think it's coming. Like, I get your point. Like, you're right in many, many aspects of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but I do think, like, there are some, like, these 4 people that passed away, like, it didn't hit me. Like, I wasn't like, oh my God, I can't believe that. But, like, I was sad for a while when Eddie Van Halen passed away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that hurt me a little bit.
Right.
I didn't know Eddie Van Halen. I didn't, you know, but I had a huge appreciation for his music.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And so...
And that part of it is sad.
It is. You know, but there's also, like, that quote that Eddie had, where it's like, you know, when I'm gone...
I'm gone. Yeah.
I'm never really gone, just listen to the tape.
Exactly.
You know, so...
That's the thing. It's like... I don't know.
Right, but it's I think it's just an emotional connection that you have with something.
Sure.
I mean...
I think personal connections are more prevalent than fucking millionaires.
Right. No, I agree.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
like,
I 100% agree, yes. Like, I didn't take a day off from work. I was sad for a day.
Yeah.
But I was sad. I wasn't like... Yeah. I mean, there are some people, like, when they hear about a celebrity death, they're, you know, like, the ones that bother, like, the ones that go and, like, they have the memorials and, you know, those people, I'm like, wow, man, that's taking a little too far. Like, you invested a part of your day in this. You know what I mean? Like, for me, it was like, let me go back and watch a Van Halen concert on YouTube. Let me watch some live stuff. Let me watch, you know, him play Eruption. I mean, you know. With Prince, it was the same thing. I was like, let me go back and let me find some live work. I mean, you know, stuff like that I could appreciate But I wasn't like, I got to call off work because Eddie Van Halen died.
Right.
You keep on keeping on.
Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of have like this fuck it attitude where I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I'm just...
No, I mean, you're 100% right. I mean, I'm not denying you for a second that, again, it's like that over-glamorization of celebrity culture that we have.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not sad that Bob Barker died. I'm surprised he was 99.
Yeah.
That's
what I was surprised.
Yeah. So, but it is like that. I'm just announcing because it's like, from a pop culture standpoint, at least for me, apparently not for you. For me, it was part of my childhood. I watched The Price is Right regularly.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? So that's why it's significant to me that Bob Barker passed away.
Yeah.
But I'm not sad at all.
Destroyed.
Yeah. It's just from a pop culture standpoint, his passing, I don't want to say it's significant, but it's worth noting.
Yeah. I mean, anything outside of my circle.
Yeah.
I mean, you and my girl, you know what I mean? I just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I completely get it. Yeah.
I just don't fucking care.
Yeah.
I know. It's my attitude. But... Anyway.
I know. Wow.
I know. Let's get on my chopper and ride to hell. Get better now. I'm just kidding.
So, here's my question to you.
Okay.
How stupid do you think wealthy people are?
Dumb.
Okay.
Out of touch.
Let me tell you how stupid these people fucking are.
Uh-huh.
This is going to shock you if you haven't heard this already, which you might not have because you're out of touch with stuff like this.
Yeah.
Billy McFarland. Now, that name should be familiar to you because a few years ago, Billy McFarland had Fyre Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Billy McFarland's out of jail now. Served his time. And he has announced Fyre Fest 2. And it's already sold out.
The thing is, people are backing him.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is backing this guy?
Exactly. How dumb. I would like to think, hopefully, yes, Billy McFarland learned from his mistakes from the first time he did this, and he actually puts on they've announced nothing. They haven't announced where it is. They haven't announced who's going to be there. They haven't announced nothing. All they said was Fyre Fest 2, and people bought the tickets.
Yeah.
Gone.
Who's worse, the guy that promoted it or the people that bought the tickets?
The people that bought the tickets, in my opinion. I get Billy McFarland, he is taking the P.T. Barnum philosophy of there's a sucker born every day.
Yeah.
And running with it. And he's right. Because these people ate it up.
Yep.
I hope it's a success. I hope it goes off without a hitch like you want it to. But, to me, if I have somebody of affluent wealth.
Right.
Somebody that has enough money that I can do this, I would not give this man my money.
Right. Who would? Oh, apparently a lot of people.
Yeah. That's the shocking thing is, tickets went on sale within 24 hours, it's sold out.
Right.
You don't know when it is, you don't know where it is, you don't know who's going to be there.
Right.
But, damn it, Billy, here's my money.
Right. It's fucking crazy, Tom. This world is fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, who would do that?
How? Did you not watch the documentary?
Right.
Documentaries?
Right.
It blows my mind that they did, the audacity just to announce it and put tickets on sale, thinking people would buy those tickets, is fascinating to me.
Right.
But what's more fascinating is that somebody was dumb enough to buy that ticket.
Right. They did. The wealthy.
And
crazy.
Like you said, like the fact that somebody's willing to back him.
Yeah, I mean, who would back that dude after that fucking debacle?
Really?
And jail time.
Yeah. I mean, it's the most amazing thing to me that like could possibly happen, and it shows just how fucked we are.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
You know,
I agree.
I'm
in complete agreement.
Yeah. On the other side of that, in amazing news, did you see India landed on the moon?
I did not.
Yeah. India has landed an unmanned rover on the moon. They are the 4th country to land on the moon now.
Really?
Yes. Russia was the first by landing an unmanned probe. We were the second, and we were the only country that actually had put footsteps on the moon. Yes, we landed on the fucking moon, people. There are those of you out there who are going to deny this, but we landed on the fucking moon.
Yeah.
China has done it recently, and India is now the 4th. Russia this week also had launched an unmanned rover that crashed.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, but India.
But why are they going there?
Well, what it is now is a race to find water.
That makes sense.
It's on it because the only way you can have a sustain, and this is like if you go back to that show For All Mankind on Apple TV.
Right.
Like their whole thing was the only way you can sustain life on the moon for an extended period of time is if you have water.
Yeah.
Because water can be used to create for you to drink, it can create oxygen for you to breathe, and it can be used to create fuel. Because of hydrogen.
Yeah.
You know. So these are the 3 major components that you have to have in order to sustain life on the moon for an extended period of time.
Okay.
So, like, because everything else, like, you can kind of manufacture once you're there, but you need water, power, and oxygen for it all to really work.
Right.
So, they actually landed on the South Pole. They're the first to land on the South Pole of the moon. And they've launched the rover from their lander.
Right.
And its job is to look for ice molecules.
No, that's cool.
Yeah. I think it's fascinating. I mean, I know India's had a space program for a while now. But I think it's fascinating that they've gotten this far.
India? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm surprised too. But they have.
Yeah. I mean, they're also one of the few countries that has nuclear capabilities.
Right. True.
Yeah. I mean,
I think there's a lot about India that we don't know.
There is. Like you think when we think of India, we think of like Gandhi, we think of cows walking the streets.
And sluts. No,
Yeah, and sluts. Exactly. And sluts.
And sluts.
Yeah. Nothing better than a whorehouse in India.
Go to India.
Yeah.
Find your whorehouse.
But no. But like they are a technological powerhouse.
Right.
You also like I said, I mean they are a nuclear power, as is Pakistan, which you kind of forget about too.
Yeah.
And they have missiles just pointed at each other.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
I mean that's a bigger rival than the U.S. Russia.
Oh,
or
for
U.S.
sure.
China. Like I mean that's a blood rivalry there. Like,
Yeah.
If shit goes bad there, then we're really all fucked.
Yeah.
But yeah, like India is like a
similar to Japan and China.
Yeah.
We don't have. I mean, like people think that like us and Russia are like, this blood rival, which we are.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna deny that. There are other countries that just absolutely fucking hate each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you said, India. Like I said, Japan and fucking China. I mean, China hates Japan.
Yeah.
They would bury Japan
1,000
leagues under the sea if they could.
But I mean, like, India, Pakistan, like, they have cricket games that end in riots.
I know.
I mean, like, that is like a blood rivalry that, like, it makes Ohio State, Michigan look tame. You know what I mean? Like, it's amazing. Like, how, and I mean, and you look at their history, and I mean, that history is fucked.
Yeah.
But, like, the fact that, like, they both kind of, like, developed nuclear technology just to fuck each other over.
Yeah.
Is like, oh, wow. Like, it wasn't like India was like, well, we need to keep up with, No, they were like, we need to fucking Pakistan. And Pakistan's like, well, if they're doing it, we're doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, that's where that stems from. It's like, oh, shit.
I say let them all blow each other up and let's see who stands. Oh, wow. No, I'm fucking serious. I'm so talking.
Yeah, this is angry, Ian.
It is sort of, but I mean, like, I'm done with the political bullshit.
Well, I mean, I don't want to see anybody fire off a nuclear weapon.
Nah.
I
don't.
But I'm just saying, like, from like you
let some god sort them out.
Yeah.
I just, it's all bullshit that costs money, and like a lot of these countries don't have money to be even investing in this crap.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know. I'm trying not to get political, but I think if these countries would invest in their people, this is all I'm going to say.
Right.
Would invest in their people more so than their warmongering bullshit, then I think they would have a lot better of a country. Invest in your people. Invest in your workforce.
I think India does.
Look at the poor in India. I'm just saying.
Right. I agree, but I mean, that, like, I also think, like, India is, like, India's a lot like the U.S.
Yeah.
In that, like, in the cities is a technological marvel.
All right.
But the further away you get from the city and the closer you get to the country,
much
like the U.S.
Get the stones, Indy.
That's
what it is.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah. You're right.
That's terrible to even fucking say, but I mean,
right.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Let's be truthful. I mean, like, I'm not at all bashing India. I'm just saying the further you get away,
the less industrialized they become.
It becomes.
Much like
kids in the mines, boy.
Yeah, much like, Appalachia.
Yeah, exactly.
The further away you get from civilization and the further into Appalachia you get,
right. Yeah. But part of the problem of that is it's out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
And I think it's that way in every country.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we don't see it. I'm not going to think about it. It doesn't make the news.
Right.
A
12-year-old with 3 teeth playing a banjo on a porch barefoot.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm sorry I brought this up, my friend.
What's that? India?
Like, the whole thing. Like, I was just like happy somebody landed on the moon, and you're like, fuck them all.
Well, in a sense.
Yeah.
I just don't see. This is the last political rant I have. I just don't see how we can invest billions of dollars in this. And we can invest billions of dollars in Ukraine. And like you said, we have people in need of food and shoes in this country.
Right.
I cannot support anything that doesn't support America. If that makes any sense. I cannot support anything that we're spending billions of dollars on, but we can't invest in our own country.
Right.
I can't support that.
Right, I understand that. But I would say, as a devil's advocate, because I agree with you, like spending billions in the Ukraine, while, meanwhile,
Not just Ukraine.
Right, but meanwhile...
Every other fucking country in this world.
Right, but meanwhile in Hawaii, they're only getting $700.
Correct.
For each person affected by the wildfires. Yeah, come on.
Give me a fucking break.
Right. I would say the exploration of space is important for the advancement of us as a country and as a people.
I agree with the scientific. I agree with. I agree with what you're saying.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
I do. But I just cannot. Get like the $700 thing.
Right. No, I understand.
I just can't get past that.
Right. And there are things that we do as a country and other countries do where you're right. Like it's like we need to invest in us. And I get that. Like I'm not trying to go down that road because it's a sticky wicket.
I mean, you talk about. You talk about. This is going to sound terrible coming from my mouth. No, seriously. But you talk about, like, the bringing of a civil war. It's fucking happening.
Right, no.
And I'm not, and this isn't some conspiracy theory or anything like that. But you keep knocking these people down. You know what I mean?
Oh, the rich men north of... The rich man north of Richmond.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you just keep knocking them down and knocking them down, and you're throwing $2 billion at fucking Ukraine, and you have people suffering in our own state of the Union.
Right.
That is a problem. That is a huge problem.
Right.
And you don't think civil war is going to happen?
Right. I mean,
give me a break, dude.
And I'm not making this a blue...
It's almost like they want it. And that's conspiracy theory.
Right. And I mean, I'm also not going to make it a red or blue issue because, I mean, look at the way we treated Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was like, I understand they're not a state, but they're still a protectorate of the United States.
No, you're the poor cousin.
Yeah. And
that's exactly how they
it was
treated
like
them.
Days before like anybody was like, oh, they're part of us.
Same thing with Katrina.
Oh, yeah.
I can go on and on and on.
Right.
And like, we just don't have. And Katrina was really when I opened my eyes to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And New Orleans is a soft spot for you.
It is, but at the same point, soft spot or not,
right?
People are suffering,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you get a presidential visit, 7 days after the fucking disaster happened, people dying on a bridge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's how we treated almost every single fucking disaster.
Right.
You know what I mean? The train derailment.
Yeah.
Another example, modern day.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Why weren't we in there first?
Right.
Why wasn't the government there first?
Right.
First and foremost. We don't. We let those people rot.
Right.
And that's the thing. It's like, your government is showing you things that say, that ain't right. You know what I mean? And the people are saying, you're right. That's fucked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. It's upsetting. It is.
Yeah.
It's just as and you just, well, we need to go and volunteer and da-da-da-da. The government should be in there fucking day one.
Yeah.
Day one of these disasters.
Yeah.
We should taking care of our own people.
Right.
No, we're just going to focus in on Ukraine.
Yeah.
Or some other country that needs help. We're so focused on helping and giving to other countries that we don't help ourselves.
Right.
The American people.
Yeah.
That pay taxes.
Right.
That do all the bullshit for this country.
Right.
That's just, I don't know. That's my political rant. I'm just fed up with it. I am.
Yeah.
This is an Angry Ian podcast, but I mean, I'm just fed up.
I did like, because this past week there was a Republican debate.
Okay.
Those who are currently running for president, they had a debate. And a lot of them were citing that song, The Rich Man North of Richmond.
Okay.
Like, well, clearly this guy, he's one of us, and let me tell you, and he came on and he's like, no, I'm not. You're assholes too. Like, this isn't like an anti-Democrat, anti-Biden song. This is anti-all of you. You all suck.
Who said this?
The guy who wrote that song and sang it.
Okay.
Like, because, like, at the debate, like, they were, like, talking about that song and how, oh, well, he's clearly, this is clearly a Republican anthem. He's like, no, it's not. You're the rich men north of Richmond, too.
Right.
You're all assholes.
Nice.
Like, you all fuck us over. That's what the song is about. You all are fucking us over.
Yeah.
And that, I like that he came out and kind of said that, because it was like, because I've seen reaction videos to that song, and it's like, people of all races, all colors, like, reacting to that, and it's hitting a chord with them because of, like, what he's saying. Right. Like, it's not a red or a blue song. It is a fuck you all song.
Yeah.
You're all fucking us over.
Yeah.
And, like, I like it. He came out and kind of defended it. It kind of defended himself, like, saying, like, hey, no, this isn't your anthem. Right. Don't take it that way.
Right.
Because it's not.
Well, they are. I mean,
yeah, they are.
Republican or Democrat, I don't care who.
It ranks right up there with, like, anytime somebody decides they want to use "Born in the USA" for, like, a campaign song, it's an anti-America song.
Oh, for sure.
It is the most, like, we are fucked as American song. If you actually listen to the lyrics, which apparently no politician ever has, all they hear is the chorus. Like,
yeah, I know.
Rockin' in the Free World is not a pro-America song. It is, if anything, it is, again, like, but there they are, like, and Neil Young has to come out and say, would you listen to the lyrics fucking please?
Yeah.
By the way, I'm Canadian.
Yeah.
So, like, that kind of shit always kind of makes me laugh. It's like, all you hear is what you want to hear.
Yeah.
And you're not really taking in the meaning of the song.
I don't know. I think these people need to take their fucking blinders off and just fucking look at the facts. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like, they won't.
Yeah.
I mean, they just will not. And
there's not a single...
I'm actually thinking about going independent.
Oh, I have.
I know you are.
Yeah.
But I just cannot take... I can't. I think both political parties are just so fucking corrupt that I just can't... I don't see it.
Yeah.
I just don't see it.
Yeah. No, I agree.
It's sad that we're in this state of affairs in America.
Yeah. Look.
Interesting thing. We're so big on gun violence and this, that, and the other.
Right.
Da, 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 da. I understand that. And it is... I do not think people should, be able to own AR-15s. I don't know of anything that's going to attack you that you need an AR-15. I don't.
Okay.
I mean, that's my opinion. There's a point to this. And it's just so outrageous. But I went into a local, mini mart.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I heard this place had really good burgers.
Yeah.
That's why I went in.
Yeah.
I was like, really good burgers. I'm all about it.
Yeah.
I've heard, it's a little expensive, but I've heard they're really good.
Right.
And to say the burger was good.
Okay.
It was an excellent burger.
Right.
On a corn-dusted bun. I loved it.
Yeah, I know you do.
It was very good.
Yeah.
And, but in front of the deli counter, when you walk into this place, they had a bunch of shit. It's a nice deli.
Yeah.
There was tables set up, and there was and they were just trying to make a buck,
Yeah.
Flashlights and battery-less flashlights.
Yeah.
Windshield wiper things.
Yeah.
Snow scrapers.
Yeah.
And right next to the deli case, they had AR-15 shells. No, I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Shotgun shells. 38 special shells.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the absolute fuck is going on? And I thought you had to have a permit for that shit. I mean, I thought you had to have to sell bullets. I thought you had to have a special permit in order to. Maybe they do.
I don't know what the law is around selling ammunition. I don't.
But I was shocked.
Yeah.
I mean, just put it that way.
Right.
I was like, AR-15 rounds? Are you fucking kidding me? You know what I mean? It was just... It was crazy. It was an eye-opener.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I'm fairly certain around... I can't remember, and I'm sure Otter will let us know, but I'm fairly certain an AR-15 round isn't exclusive to an AR-15. I believe the caliber of bullet it can be used in other guns.
I get that.
You know what I mean?
But it was advertised
as AR-15 rounds. Yeah.
Correct. I'm just like, what have we come to? You know what I mean? What the fuck? What is wrong with this country? Anyway. All right, let's get off this political bullshit. I can't stand it. It makes me want to vomit.
Obviously. That's the title of the show, is Angry Ian.
Angry Ian.
It is. That's going to be the show the episode title. Angry Ian.
I'm just... I don't know. I think I'm just fed up.
Yeah. I get that.
I'm fed up with a lot of things, and this is one of
them. Let me see here.
Keep on rocking in the free world. Sorry. I fucking hate you. And you know that. That's not an Angry Ian statement. You know I've always hated him.
Yeah. So, Thad wrote in. He says, hello to my two favorite hosts who love Ogtober. Ogtober is real, motherfucker. You are such a Debbie Downer. No, it's not.
No.
It's not.
No.
It's fucking August.
I don't even want to think about pumpkins till the middle of October.
Yeah. September, August, September, October. You've got 2 months. Hell, even Nancy agrees with me. It is so exciting hearing Sean bitch about things that make people happy. Well, that's just who I am, Thad. I mean, I will also bitch about Christmas.
Yeah, I know.
Those people were like, it's November 1st. Like, no, not yet. Let's just put Mariah Carey back into carbonation freeze until, the day after Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. But no, October 1st or November 1st, I'm getting inundated with Christmas music all of a sudden.
There's probably Christmas shit already up.
Probably in a Walmart. Yeah, I haven't been in a Walmart in forever. But he also says, "Welcome to current events. I see you finally watched the Twisted Metal. I told you it was good. He kept telling us to watch it. I will give him that. I didn't watch it because you said so. I watched it because I wanted to. In fact, the fact that you liked it made me a little nervous, Dad. But yes, I am a Debbie Downer. I wear that title with pride. Nancy and her sister used to call me the fun sucker.
Nice.
I wear that title with pride as well. And of course, based on what I just talked about dating at the beginning of this show, no wonder I'm going to die old and lonely. So, anything like that to the proceedings there, sir?
I'm good, son.
All right, well, remember there are...
Fuck off! No, I'm just kidding.
And if you didn't get it the first time, you can go fuck yourself.
Exactly.
I
hate everything.
Well, there are a number of different ways you can reach out and touch us. Like you
said,
it's
like the sluts do.
Like the sluts do, yeah. You go on they still have Craigslist with the massage.
I have no idea.
Yeah, you order myself a massage for the evening.
You mean at the fucking?
No, like remember how no.
I won't name the business.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, where you're talking about. No. No, like
Japanese, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Like in the back page, like there used to be like a section like Craigslist where the personal ads, but they also had like in the back of like the city paper.
Yeah.
Like erotic massage.
Oh yeah. Bullshit.
Yeah. No, you were just ordering a hooker. Anyway,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You can send us an email like Thad does, and that email address is pittsburghnerd@yahoo.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Mastodon. Just search Pittsburgh Nerd. We're very, very easy to find. Actually, I guess it's no longer called Twitter. It's now called X.
Whatever.
Yeah, I
don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
More angry Ian.
Yeah, more angry Ian.
I don't care what.
You're not even on fucking Twitter.
I don't care.
We are a member of a number of podcasting networks. Would you like to badmouth them before I go?
Never.
Never. Okay. And that is the Tangent Bound Network, the Weeby Geeks Network, and the Pod Breed Network. Give them a Google search and you can find all the other great podcasts they have to offer. And lastly, as always, we want to thank you for sticking out this one.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I want to say that. I am sorry that I was so angry tonight.
It happens.
Yeah.
But we do thank you for your support. We greatly appreciate that, and we can't thank you enough for that.
Yeah.
And so on that note, the dreamer has awakened.
Peace.